house accounts. And this falls under the category, also the corollary is, hi, I just got a call from your largest line. They want to work with us direct now because they want your commission and a price reduction. Okay, I'm seeing more and more of this these days, and it's causing people a lot of problems. What I can tell you is if you have a written agreement or you have a letter agreement of the type we've discussed that doesn't grant to the vendor the right to designate accounts of yours as house accounts, taking an account away might be a breach of contract. It may not be a violation of a state statute, but it could be a violation of your contract, all right? We also see a significant amount of, and I've talked to a lot of people about this today, which kind of goes along the same line. A lot of people are complaining these days and have the issue with not being paid on direct sales. You're at a trade show here. It's a beautiful market. You show a line to a potential customer. They said, you know, I really like it, but I'm going to have to think about whether I'm going to commit dollars to this season. They go home. They think about it. Oh, I can order online. Flip open the laptop, dial in an order. You never see it, so it doesn't come through you. The order's filled, and you never know about it. This is becoming a bigger and bigger problem. 2 years ago, I represented the independent sales agents who sold Burt's Bees products in this territory. And Burt's Bees had been notorious through the entire relationship for not paying on internet orders or orders that were faxed directly. And so my client would go into a customer store and there'd be a whole section of Burt's Bees and they'd never seen the order and they would say, what is this? And they would call and they would say, oh, that's right, we did ship that. Oh, well, here's your commission on that. And so this had been notorious and going on and on and on over the years. Eventually the relationship ended, there was a termination, it was with a phone call, it violated our Minnesota statute. I got involved, and one of the issues that I was asked to look into was, you know, the volume of these types of direct sales that weren't reported and weren't commissioned. So in the context of our lawsuit, I sent them a subpoena, if you will, to ask them to produce a report on all sales to all customers in the territory for the last 5 years. Burt's Bees made backdoor direct sales that they never reported to my clients of $23 million. Okay? If you don't think this is happening, I'm here to tell you, it's happening. So, how do you deal with it? The way you deal with it is you begin if you find this out, you do the best you can in terms of documenting, hey, part of what really helped us was these particular clients were very good about sending emails. Hey, we saw this product in this store. Send me the order and we want the commission. It was a kind of a constant, reminder battle because and what they did by doing that was there was never any argument that well, you knew we were making these direct sales and, you waived any right because you never complained about it. Be squeaky. That's my advice to you. You don't want to lose the line, I get it. But at least be squeaky, be noisy. Because someday the relationship might end and you might feel a little bit different about whether this is an issue for you or not. Right. I would say this is the way you do it. My exclusive territory is the following states. The use of the word exclusive is important. Also say there are no reserved house accounts in your little your little 2-line email. There are no house accounts. I tried a case involving Calvin Klein jeans about 15 years ago. And Calvin Klein had lots of problems with my client, who is the rep here for both the men's and the women's divisions. But the whole relationship problem started with when my client opened Maurice's and the Buckle. And the initial opening orders for both the men's and women's division was $1 million from each account. Calvin Klein immediately called my client and said, these accounts are too big for you. We're taking them in-house. Well, the problem is they actually my client had a signed contract and it said, there are house accounts and they are listed on Schedule A. Schedule A didn't say Maurice's, and Schedule A didn't say the buckle. And my client, that was the start of my client saying, hey, you can't do this. So they paid him on the initial order. 6 months go by, they fire him from the men's division. They take his commission rate to 7 to 3% on all other business. And when he squeaks about all of this, they fired him with a phone call and violated the Minnesota termination statute. And the nice thing, that happy coincidence was 3 days before they fired him, somebody in their administration sent him an open order report showing $6.8 million worth of business in the pipeline. So I had their evidence, meaning their admission of what was booked and accepted on their system on the last day of employment. Not only did we recover those commissions, we also recovered 1.5 years worth of commissions on Maurice's and the buckle for breach of contract because they were not designated as house accounts on the original contract. So this is kind of a big deal. And I guess my advice to you is you never know when a little problem is going to become a big problem.